I would recommend or I would tell clients that it's important that they maintain an open and honest communication with us. So it's not just about building medical records, but they have to also promptly respond to any requests, such as additional information. If, let's say, there's updates with their medical records, it's important that they loop us in with those information.
How are you?
I am doing great.
Well, it's so nice to sit and chat one-on-one. I think a lot of times when you and I get to interact, it's always in these big meetings. You are, such a great contributor in those meetings. And so I appreciate our time together today, one-on-one. So thank you so much. So Jones, what I'd like you to do is for just to tell us a little bit about who you are, where you come from, and we'll start there.
All right. So, hi guys. Hi everyone out there. My name is Joanne, but everybody calls me Joan for short. So, I am from the Philippines, and I want to let you know that I have more than 10 years of experience in the BPO, and this is both technical and customer care. So throughout my career, I've been into various roles, ranging from being a mentor, being a representative. I've been in service delivery for a long time. I've been a senior quality analyst, and the last post that I had was a training supervisor.
Well, it is a ton of experience, especially, and it is really shined here with the customer service, with the training, with being a supervisor and a manager. I know so many of our folks look to you for leadership in big ways. When they have a lot of questions, I know they come to you. And so I love that. Why don't you tell our clients or potential clients, who did you used to work for when you were coming up and got that sort of professional training?
Oh, so I basically worked for two major BPO companies here in the Philippines. And then I have been assigned to a couple of major telco companies in the US. So it's okay to disclose that, right?
Yeah, of course.
I worked for probably 7 years with AT&T, starting as a regular representative, and then I climbed up to being a senior quality analyst. And then I moved to T-Mobile, and then T-Mobile, I was a trainer, and then I became a training training supervisor.
Well, I love that. And then how did you end up kind of connecting with us over here at MS Disability?
Right. So many people have turned to remote work during the pandemic, of course. And then I was lucky enough that a very close friend of mine who also works here, her name is Rose. She was hired and she told me about your company, and luckily I got in. And I am very happy that this job has allowed me to continue pursuing what I love doing. My passion, of course, is to help people and being able to do customer service, and at the same time maintain the comfort and the safety of my own house.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The pandemic changed the world.
Right.
So, and I feel like made work and the capability of working with folks the world a lot smaller. Instead, like so many people are working remotely, and so you're absolutely right. That was a huge thing that allowed our firm to expand our horizons on not only our clientele and who we serve, but also who we hire and to help in service of the mission and in service of our clients. And so I love that we got to meet that way. What is your job title, and what is it that you do at our firm, like specific?
So I am one of the intake specialists in the intake team. So basically, my role is, I believe, a very crucial role in the initial stages of engaging with clients who are seeking assistance in getting Social Security disability benefits. The reason I said that it is crucial because my primary responsibility is, of course, to gather and assess the information that our potential clients provide to us for us to determine their eligibility and the viability of their disability claims. Now, it's important that we gather those details because that will help us establish a strong foundation for, of course, representing them moving forward.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It is the information that you get, whether it's to qualify or sometimes even disqualify folks, is so crucial for the foundation of a client's case as we move forward. This, and I've been sort of asking everyone this question. What are the top 1, 2, or 3 most frequently asked questions that you get from potential clients that call in?
I think the top one I would say is asking about how do we get paid. So
How does the worker get paid? Right.
Very common.
So how do you respond to those folks?
Of course, I give them, I am honest. That's our mission, is to, provide them the accurate information. I tell them that we are paid contingent to them winning the case. So we don't get paid unless they actually win the case.
Right. And that contingency is 25% of someone's back.
Exactly. Correct.
Not in the month, only if they get a retroactive back check. And that's 25% with a cap of
$7,200.
$7,200. And a lot of folks sometimes think, because in when hiring a lawyer, they have to come up with money out of pocket. It's a really great way for us to serve our clients. And I believe it ties us and the clients together for the same mission of trying to get the clients benefits and hopefully some financial security. Any other questions that you get asked frequently from potential clients?
Very common. Very common is, of course, the timeline. It's very understandable that they want to get the benefit as soon as possible. The people that we speak with, of course, needs this benefit. So they want to know exactly when they can get it. And just like what I've said earlier, we want to be transparent. We want to be honest with them. We don't want to give false hopes, false information. So during the intake, that's one thing that we talk about. At the latter part of the conversation, we give them a breakdown of the timeline as to when they'll be expecting their benefits to be approved.
Right. So generally speaking, and some other folks have gone through the timeline in more detail, but generally speaking, from the date of application to the date you get in front of a Social Security judge, the average time is about 2 to 2.5 years.
Right.
Yeah. But although you can win at different stages along the way, it's the majority of people who apply end up having to go in front of a Social Security judge. So I think that's good to set out expectations like that. And then while you're here, let me ask you this last question. What is the number 1 or 2 pieces of advice that you would give to a new client who's pursuing disability benefits?
Oh, that's a good question. So, during our conversation, I think everybody knows that we are really big on medical records. So we want to make sure that they build a strong medical record. So that's very important. But what I want to highlight today is, I believe, cooperation with a team. So I would recommend, or I would tell clients that it's important that they maintain an open and honest communication with us. So it's not just about building medical records, but they have to also promptly respond to any requests, such as additional information. If, let's say, there's updates with their medical records, it's important that they loop us in with those information. Because I believe that with collaboration and cooperation throughout the entire process, that is gonna, or that will enable us to advocate effectively, which means that, we can ensure comprehensive and accurate presentation of their case if they keep that kind of relationship with us.
I love it. That's a great piece of additional advice. I agree. I think medical records are really important. It's not just that. We talk about evidence and evidence in a case and how medical records are evidence in a Social Security case, but open lines of communication to let us know what's going on. And it's exciting because we have some new forms of ways that clients can communicate with us, not just the traditional just calling in to let us know, but obviously they can email us at update@evansdisability.com. They can text message us, and they can also sign up for the portal, which is something you help people sign up for the portal as well, and then they can email actually their direct case manager all that information as well through the portal system. They can also get a status update, like here's where my case is pending, and it's a great thing. And they can actually upload medical records there too. The portal system's kind of been a good way and a good tool for people to stay in touch with us, and their manager can email them back through the portal. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, Joan, it's as always, I'm so grateful that you're on the team, and you've been now working with our firm for well over a year, and all of that customer service that you were, formally trained by these major corporations shines through in the work that you do for us and on behalf of our clients and also potential clients that get to meet with you. I am grateful that you have connected with our firm and what we do here. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And that's it.